Yo, what's going on? I'm here
He's back
again. It's me.
You survived Galveston.
I did. I went on vacation and stuff, but hey, these guys did a great job holding down the fort. But so this week it's DC only because our diamond shipment hasn't arrived yet. It's not Diamond's fault. It's FedEx's fault. Staff's been doing a great job getting on the hook with them. Everything will be here tomorrow. So today we're doing Lunar only, which is DC and Scout. I think there's like one Scout book out this week. So we're doing our Skip-Its, mehh, and I have top 5. You have top 3 on the same video. So one shot, okay? Now, first, I'm giving away a lot of stuff for this video, okay?
Ooh la la.
Wonder Girl, Kendrick Lim cover. This is from Comic Kingdom of Canada, our friends from the great up north, up there. Giving away this and a Jamie Tyndall Betty Page.
She's got legs.
Yeah, she does. This is a Jamie Tyndall exclusive and a set of Star Wars Bounty Hunters #2. These are from our friends at the 616. So giving away lots of exclusives. And, of course, somebody's going to win all of these. Skip-Its, meh, top 5, everything from me. So this video alone is going to have 4 huge giveaways. And this week, myself and Drew, maybe get some other people, we're going to go live and do the giveaways. It's about that time of the month for Drew. Just kidding.
Wait, what?
It's about that time of the month. So we're going to do our giveaways. Fine. This is going to be a fun video. We just go live. We have fun. We give away lots of stuff. It's going to be a blast. So without further ado, let's do our Skip-Its for the week. And this is, what week is this again? This is June
15th.
June 15th already. Holy crap.
Father's Day is right around the corner.
All right, here we go. First Skip-It for me is my only Skip-It.
I got Truth and Justice 5.
Truth and Justice 5, and I have Static.
Actually, you know what? That is actually one of my Skip-Its.
Is it? Okay.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So
subject.
you know these older DC characters better than me, so have at it, sir.
All I'm going to say is that we are seeing the birth of a villain in this series with Static. That's the way I see it. And
you think about Static's going to be a villain?
Oh, the way he acts. When you think about his actions from the Milestone one shot, this is what a villain does. This is how a villain acts.
Yeah.
He has no remorse for what he did. He almost killed a kid.
He did.
And there's no remorse about it at all whatsoever.
Yeah.
His parents didn't even talk to him about it.
They kind of glossed over that whole thing.
Yeah. His friends kind of supported it more or less about what he did.
Yeah.
And I don't like that. That is not the Static character. That is not the Static I grew up with. If you want to see a villain, here you go. Static.
I just thought it was like not worthy of reading. I mean, I read it. It's kind of redoing the original.
Yes.
I looked it up and I was like, oh, they just redid the story from the 1993 series. That was kind of a throwaway story anyway. They just redid it.
Yeah. Except it was more gang related, more or less, with his origin. Instead, with this.
The Boom Babies or whatever. They got. It's the same concept, same idea from before. So nothing really new here. There's a foil cover. If you like it, get it. But I just think it's a Skip-It.
Yeah.
All right. Let's into the. Well, do you have more Skip-Its?
I have 2 more.
Skip-It #2 for Drew.
Number 2 is Truth and Justice #5.
Okay.
To me, there was no point to the story at all. It was just her on vacation, meets a vampire, and it may or may not be someone she's encountered before.
Yeah.
And I had some issues with the art.
So, you know what? I'll go ahead. This is a meh for me.
Okay.
So I'll pull out my meh.
So, to me, this
is my meh #1 YouTube guy. This is my meh #1. He does all the work for us.
Yeah. There really was no point to this.
Yeah.
It's not terrible. It's not bad. It's just, what was the point of this?
The reason I gave it a meh and not a Skip-It was for one reason. They drew the bar girl that was supposed to be the seductive, like manipulator, kind of local, takes advantage of the tourist. They drew her the way you would exactly expect her to look. It wasn't watered down.
Nope.
She's built and stacked and sexy. And I was like, you know what? I appreciate this. But there's two big problems I had with it. We kind of laughed about it, right?
Yeah. Yes.
There's a scene where she's driving in a convertible, and her back of her car's filled with empty cups.
Empty styrofoam cups.
If you've ever driven with the top down in a car, nothing stays in there. I mean, stuff's blowing around like those all would have been blowing around like a freaking tornado in there. They would have blown out of the window.
It's not like 5 or 10. She has like 50 in the back
like
seat.
It's not a couple.
Yeah.
And then another part, I asked Drew, I was like, does Batwoman have super strength? And he's like, no. I was like, I didn't think so. Because she like is frustrated because she hits like a chimney and shatters the corner of it. Yeah. Like what she should have went was hit the chimney and went, ow. Why did I do that? Even with a glove on. You break your wrist doing that. Like normal physics, if you hauled off and punched me in the face right now, he probably hurt his wrist. And if you hit him hard enough, you'll break your wrist. Like you'll crack your knuckle. It hurts to punch something. Even a person. Anyway, so there's two things where it's like, like that's weird, and that'll kind of throw things off. And then the story was just kind of lame. Yeah. It was okay, but anyway.
It's just
yeah. And if you like the cover, get it. I mean, that's the cover.
Yeah,
it's not bad.
Yeah.
It's not a bad cover.
Yeah. She's got curves on it. I like it.
Skip it number 3 for you.
3 for me.
What's your third skip it?
Is the Flash 771.
Okay.
I love the Brett Booth cover in this.
Yeah,
and the interior art in this is damn good too.
Isn't Brett Booth just so good?
Yes, he is. Yeah.
Where's he been hiding?
He's just doing variant covers now. It seems he did X-Men Legends for 2 issues.
Yeah, he's been doing some covers and
that's it.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, need more. And this comic brings up the dreaded sin of Heroes in Crisis. And
the very end,
and this is why I'm giving this a strong.
So it's on the cover of A.
Yes.
I didn't really like with so many stories. I like the story, like Heroes in Crisis. I like the story. I love where it was going. I like the writing, Tom King's writing, and that was really good. I enjoyed every issue until the end, and it ended terribly. Ruined the whole thing.
Yes, and it more or less almost immediately DC had to fix it. They had Scott Lobdell and Brett Booth come in and more or less fix the timeline, redeem Wally West. And I'm trying to figure out what they're doing here.
Now he's bouncing around in the story. If you're not reading it, he bounces around from different universes, everything else. If you can overlook the very ending page, I'll say my thoughts this. Okay, and that's your third skip it? Okay, so Mez. Let's get into the Mez. This is my man number 2 for me. Okay. Go ahead. What do you
got? Superman Red and Blue 4.
Yep. Same for me.
It's not bad. It's good.
It's not bad?
Yeah.
It's good.
It had one solid story. One Robert
solid
Venditti,
story.
The guy who wrote Tankers.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Nightwing 81.
Yeah, I can't do that one.
Okay.
What's your next one?
I've got 0 point.
Okay, so go ahead and go do your Nightwing.
Nightwing.
I'll do this midnight thing.
Okay. So
now you're a huge Nightwing fan.
Yes.
So you're hypersensitive to Nightwing.
Yes, I am.
So go ahead.
It was a relatively lighter week because of DC, so I had to hold back my anger and I made my court ordered anger management session on time, so we're good. And I can see some people enjoying the twist ending with this.
Okay.
I don't like what they're setting up.
So big twist ending.
Yes, big, huge, 80-year shattering twist ending to this.
Yeah.
And I really hope it doesn't go the way it does, but I can see some people enjoying that twist. I don't. But the art is solid in this. There's some good banner. It's a meh on the whole.
I'm just curious to see where it goes. I feel like you have correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like you have a tendency to, if something happens and like if they're like, hey, this might happen or here's a crazy thing, and if you're like, oh, that could be terrible, then you just won't like it but like I try to give things like I don't know, it's a weird twist for sure.
It's a huge 80-year shattering twist,
but it could be something fun. They could make it something cool, or it could just go to crap. Like for example, well, I don't want to spoil it because I can't talk any more about it. But it's a big twist, so you'll wait to see it. Okay, so Midnight, Western Theater. This chick, she's like a dead chick, kind of. She's not that powerful, and a vampire are in the West, and they do stuff. So, all right, that's kind of it. Art was writing was I mean, save your money, I guess. You know, I mean, it's a #1 first print. So if you're a collector and you want to get #1 first prints, because you never know when this becomes whatever the shit it's going to be, then okay. All right, and my last Fortnite, same as you, right?
Yeah. Actually, I got one.
One more. Okay.
Yeah.
So Fortnite for me was just the cover is still back. I thought this cover was kind of fun. I think it's Amanda Connor.
Yeah.
The cover's kind of fun, but kind of started off so strong and so good. But ever since they've got out of the loop, right, it's just kind of gone downhill for me.
Yeah.
I feel like the story is slowing down so much.
This one, it really hits the brakes in this issue.
Yeah.
Really.
They could have taken the last 3 pages and put it, and you could skip everything else and put it in the last 3 pages when there's a twist that's revealed, and then something happens, and now they're like, oh, now what? Like that could have been the whole issue.
Yeah. It goes on too long in this issue.
Way too long. I was like, okay, let's go. But you want the code if you like the book, if you like the story, pick it up. But it slows way the hell down.
Yeah. For reals.
All right, and your last man.
Last man. We got Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow #1.
Okay.
I can see from an angle a lot of people enjoying what Tom King does to Supergirl in this. I don't.
Okay.
I still like to see her. I like to picture her as a classy girl. You know,
Okay.
she's 21 in this. She's getting drunk, getting beat up, getting into fights, getting stabbed. We see Crypto get almost killed, and it's like I can see some people enjoying this darker side. I'm like, it's kind of playing out like a Tom King story where the hero is miserable, drunk, depressed, like Mr. Miracle, or
Mr. Miracle was that way.
Yeah,
and so was what was the other one he just finished
Batman?
up? No, the other one, not Mr. Miracle, the one you just did. The
Rorschach?
No, the one in between that. It stopped selling. The
Rorschach,
the rocket head dude, helmet guy. Remember? God, I just can't remember what the hell it is. That's how bad it was.
Okay, yeah.
Anyway, that guy was also like depressed and sad. But I'll say my thoughts on that.
Okay.
Okay, so you're done with your mez?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, that's nice.
Top. So I'll do my top 5 and 4, and then we'll do 3, 2, 1 together.
1. Yep.
Okay, so my 5th one
Yeah.
is Catwoman. It's told in a very unique perspective from other people that are telling stories about Catwoman. I thought it was okay, not super exciting, but this cover is what really set it off for me. This beautiful Jenny Frison cover. I mean, holy banzoobles. Just fantastic. Just fantastic.
Jenny's last 2 Catwoman covers have been fantastic.
Yeah. There's very few females that will cross their legs that way and still have a thigh gap. And she nailed it. Anyway, fantastic cover. The story is medium. Story's kind of meh, but the cover is what set it off for me. So this is my number 5th pick. Number 4th pick for me is Nightwing. Just because the story is okay. I love the banter between Nightwing and Robin and Barbara.
Mm-hmm.
I love the banter. There was a couple laugh out loud moments in there for me. Robin gives his dog a silly name, and then he's like, oh no, this is his real name. And they're like, are you telling us that we can have 2 names? And Barbara's like, I have 3. It's like she does. But it's really fun. And then they give him advice. He doesn't listen. It affects later in the story. They're kind of joking about it. It messes him up. And then there's that big twist at the end. So the big twist is really what bumped that up for me into my top picks, because it has key value to it. So this has key value to it this week. Nightwing. This is the B cover. It's by far the coolest cover.
Yes.
So get the B cover. But of course, when it comes to keys and collectible, you want to get the cover A. So big potential to change a lot, if not everything, in the Batman universe with this kind of reveal. And then my number 3. Yep. Okay. Number 3 is
I got Midnight at Western Theater.
So I picked the Flash. Now I have both covers here to show you. This there's no secret here. The Sanctuary is in this. We're not spoiling anything. This is the cover A, right? The Brett Booth cover is fantastic.
Yes, it is.
I mean, I took time and was studying this cover and just enjoying the artwork in it. It's so good.
His cover for the annual coming up is fantastic.
Oh man, it's so good.
Yeah.
I love the fact that he is the body he jumps into. It's like the cartoon from the 80s, Legion of Doom in here. It's drawn perfectly. The characters act just like they would be in the old series. Remember Super Friends?
Super Friends, yeah. It's Kevin McGuire drawing it.
It's the Legion of Doom from the Super Friends, and it is awesome. He's jumped around these different multiverses, and he lands in the Super Friends universe. It is perfect, perfectly written, perfectly drawn. They bounce back and forth between current time, where they're trying to get him Wally out of this time loop, and they bounce back into Super Friends universe. And there's key value to this too, guys. There's key value because he meets his kids as adults, and we find out that they've become Flash heroes also. His daughter shows her costume, and he's in the body of his son, and he opens up his shirt. He's like, oh, look, and he's wearing his costume too. So we get to see his kids as adults Flashes. So there's key value to this, right? First time they're revealed to be the heroes. You get to see the costume for the first time. It's kind of a funny, also mini touching moment. So, and I'm really curious to see where a lot happens in this issue. This is a big issue.
It's a lot of jumping around in this.
Yeah, it's I think it goes smooth. I really enjoyed it, and even if it wasn't the key value, it still would have made my top picks just because of that. The banter in between the Super Friends Legion of Doom was awesome, and I'm curious to see what they say about Sanctuary in the next issue. All right, Oh, you're talking about yours. Go ahead.
Midnight Western Theater. I had a lot of fun reading this because you get what you pay for right here in the cover. You know, vampires in the Old West.
Yeah,
I love it. I mean, it's the way the concept's kind of set up is it's kind of like a King from Kung Fu thing where they're going to go from a Western town going east, getting into shenanigans.
Yeah, they're heading west. I think.
Are they heading west? Or heading east?
I thought it was west.
Okay.
Either way,
yeah, they're traveling.
Oh no, he says let me get to the coast.
Yeah, I took that as
it could be. Yeah, they could be headed east. Yeah.
But I like that concept of going into town to town, getting into shenanigans. Why not? See what happens.
I mean, I just you liked it a little bit more than me.
Yes.
So yeah, give it a shot. Maybe you like it like Drew. Maybe you'll think it's somebody like me. Hey, that's why we give you different opinions, right? Okay. Next, number two. Number two.
I got Catwoman.
Ooh, you got the thigh gap cover.
Yes, I do.
You go ahead.
I'm going to say it again. I love the Jenny Frison covers. They've been fantastic.
Oh, they're so good.
Yes. And I love the story because we're more or less, we see, not necessarily a retelling, an updated origin of Catwoman, but kind of seeing her earlier days.
Yeah, they bounce around between her earlier days as Catwoman.
Yeah.
Like, here's a scenario she was in this country, and then it ties into now. And then here's a scenario from this country when she was this age, and then it ties into now. So, yeah. And
the big thing is, the big takeaway is that don't count on Catwoman to save you.
Yes.
Don't count.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. And they all had the same message.
Yes.
And they're basically kids telling the story, really. Yeah. It was good. I liked it. Ram V writing it, right?
Yeah, he's terrific.
Yeah. Yeah. Good writing. Good job. So I absolutely loved this story. I laughed out loud four times. I literally laughed out loud 4 times. I think it has the best line in comics this week. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it's the guy. I'm trying to spoil anything for you guys. So she's on a different planet. It's powered by a red sun, so she's depowered, right? She's depowered. She's vulnerable. This and it's told from the perspective of it's a third person story. So this person who experienced this adventure with Supergirl is telling us the story. And she gives us little hints about how it ends. And she's like, but before I get to that, let me tell you what happens now and how we got to that point. And they're chasing down this bad guy. She's trying to celebrate her 21st birthday. She went to this red sun planet so she could get drunk. So she'd be depowered. So she did it on purpose. She's wearing the clothes. I just like I enjoyed the Wonder Woman run when they took her out of her element and put her in the Nordic mythology. It's the same thing with this. They took her out of her scenario. She's almost in a fantasy world, a depowered superhero in a fantasy world, but she's still a badass. There's a couple scenes in there when she gets pissed and she's like, arrows and swords? Do you think I care about arrows and swords? I'm Supergirl. She's just walking up to these dudes like, I'm about to mess you up. And it's so good. It's so good. I enjoyed this so much. And of course, there's key value to it because we got new characters, new locations, and just the way she's written like she says she's turning 21, but she's written like an old soul, you know. And she even hints to the narrator, even says something about like, I didn't realize that she lost everything in order to gain invulnerability, because this lady is talking about how she just lost everything and she doesn't think she's going to gain anything. So I guarantee Tom's going to bring that back around towards the end of the series. I think it's a great setup. It's a great first issue. I laughed out loud a bunch of times. Highly recommend it. And this cover is just kick-ass. This is Gary Frank thing. Who's this?
This Gary Frank.
Yeah, great Gary Frank cover. Just love it. Love it. Okay, number one.
I think I have an idea. I know what your number one is.
I think I know what yours is too, because I haven't seen it.
Star Wars. I'm kidding.
Legends of the Dark Knight.
Hey, number 2, The Dose.
Okay, go ahead. You start.
I was smiling ear to ear this whole time reading this comic.
Yeah.
I love this page to page. Derek Robertson drew it. It's fantastic. The banner between Batman and Joker, and then it goes from that to another case right after that.
Instantly. He doesn't even take a break. He barely survives his encounter with the Joker. I like that we see Batman as being vulnerable.
Yes.
He's not invincible. He's just a dude. He's just a dude in a suit.
It flashbacks to Nightfall, just that exhaustion.
Yes, I thought about Nightfall. I thought about when I was reading up to Nightfall, and he just saying like, I can't take a break. I've been at it for a week straight. Alfred's like, take a break. He's like, I can't. Yes.
And key factor.
So
yes.
Arguably, it's borderline first full or cameo of Quiz. They don't say if she's the daughter of Riddler. They don't say if she's just a girl that's trying to be like him, but it's a female, younger version of the Riddler, and she gets Batman.
Yes, she does. Yeah,
he is stuck. He's stuck, and she looks pretty cool.
Yeah, she does.
I looked at it a couple times. So if 181 is cameo of Wolverine, this is cameo of her. If that's our standard we go by. If you're in the 180 camp and you're like 180's first appearance of Wolverine, if you're in the 181 camp, then this is the 180 cameo or cameo to the 181 first appearance. So this is the 180 cameo appearance of Quiz. You got to get it. It's probably under ordered because they didn't talk about, the flavor text in Lunar didn't say it's a big key. So Key Collector and all the other sites out there that try to hype up the comics didn't have a sneak previews of this or knew what was happening until people got their Lunar shipments last week. Nobody knew what was happening in this.
It's a shame because to me, this is my favorite Batman series right now.
Oh,
it's only been 2 issues, but I love this right now. And it's just the dialogue, the art, the action. It's fantastic.
The dialogue between him and Joker in the very beginning.
Perfect.
It's great. Yeah. They're basically stuck on a pier waiting to get rescued.
Hoping to get rescued.
Yeah. And Joker won't shut up. And he says some stuff and he almost calls Batman a pedophile. And it's so good. It's so good. But this is by far number 1 of the week.
Yes.
By far number 1 of the week. So guys, thanks again for the support of the channel. We keep saying this so many times. Drew's done a great job with his brother of holding down the fort and keeping things going. He keeps asking me all the time, can I do this? Can I do that? Can I do this? And I'm like, you know what? You're a comic fan, man. Do what you want. And in the comic universe, I'm huge on this, right? I'm huge on this. People agree and disagree about things all the time. You can go back and forth. Marvel, DC, CBCS, CGC, signed books or unsigned books. Variants or no variants.
Pepsi or Coke.
Right? Yeah, you can argue all day about stuff in the comic world. But it boils down to, like I always say, buy what you like, collect what you want. Don't listen to the haters, right? There's some very toxic groups out there on Facebook. I'm going to probably do some videos about them because there's some ass clowns out there that think they're the coolest thing in the universe, and they're not. Anyway, so you're going to win a bunch of stuff, guys. So you're going to win all my picks, right? You're going to win. These are different winners. So someone's going to win all my picks. Someone's going to win a set of War of the Bounty Hunters. Someone's going to win Betty Page. Someone's going to win Betty Page. Someone's going to win the Kendrick Lim Wonder Girl. So lots of cool stuff. And giveaway video this week. Be prepared.
Ooh, yeah.
I started a TikTok too with comic stuff. I did. I started. I think it's just my name though. Look me up, Sean. We'll put it in the description. I think it's just my name, Sean Hadachko. Sound it out.
Isn't Merc Magazine finishing up soon? Like a week left or so?
Yes, Kickstarter for Merc. It's in the description. Amazing stuff there, guys. Amazing covers. You know what? Can we click over? Hold on a second here, guys. Give me.
Yep.
Bear with me. Bear with me. Where are we at? Merc. There it is. There's some covers. Let me move my grape. We got Ash Maddie covers. We have a Matrix homage, nice and naughty. There's a ton more out there. We got a John Jiang in there now with some great stuff. Good Death Rage cover. And this is, you get issue number 2. It's a dual one. So you get issue 2 of Death Rage and Miss Meow. Big stuff coming up with Merc. I'm super excited. We're adding another series. He knows a lot about that. We'll talk about it later. We're adding all kinds of cool stuff. So just wait and see. Yep, Sean Hadashko. Yeah, this is my TikTok, guys. Look. I did a video of me signing something of a Thanos unboxing, and we got Gemini's in. Look at that. Look at that. I'm learning how to do that. I'm an old man.
OnlyFans is next. There we go.
Yeah, it is. Just wait. Just wait. I'll start going to the gym again or more. Hey, we have some beautiful girls working here. I'm sure we could probably make a ton of money on OnlyFans, right? Drew will be on one side and other stuff. Okay, so thanks a lot, guys. We appreciate it. Buy what you like, collect what you want. Let me find out where to end this at. Don't listen to the haters. Yes, screw those guys. And where's my mouse at? There it is. And we'll see you next time.